Hello there, and welcome to another episode of The Fuck Did I Just Watch?
On TV?
That's right, we'll be continuing with episode 2 of the newest Marvel Disney television series, Moon Knight, starring Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke. Episode 1 ended with us seeing Moon Knight in his full armor beating the hell out of some sort of Egyptian jackal in the museum bathroom. So, cut to episode 2, Stephen wakes up and goes to work. There he meets up with the security guard to find out what was on the footage last night. As they're looking at the footage, you can see Steven running around all scared, but there's no sign of the Egyptian jackal thing, so it adds to the, like, is he going crazy? Is it invisible? Is it only harmful to him? Like, what's going on? So they're still teasing you along with, like, you know, not that much information, just enough to keep you going. You're still figuring it out with the characters, so that's always fun. So after getting sacked, nice, mark it off the London slang. After getting sacked from the museum, fired from the museum, he goes to figure out, trying to solve the mystery, so he's got his key to the mysterious locker room, which he finally finds, goes inside to find a whole treasure of, like, it's like Jason Bourne's apartment, pretty much. He's got, like, a very simple bed, a big duffel bag full of different kinds of monies, like USA money, colorful European money. Here's some pesos, like all kinds of international money. He's got the passport. He's like, Mark Spector, the fuck? And then he finds the scarab from the other episode. So he pulls up the scarab, and it does this fucking, like, whoop, just kind of, like, starts floating above his hand. And he's like, oi, oi, what's all this here, eh? No, he's not that crazy British, but he's like, hey, what's going on here? Like, I want to call you a compass, but you're not pointing north. And then we did our reflection in the mirror with Steven and Mark Spector. They're talking to each other. Mark is saying, like, dude, you're not gonna be able to handle the scandal. Like, let me take over the body. Steven's like, no, dude, like, you're killing people. I'm not cool with that. You're using my body to murder people. I'm not okay with it. I'm not gonna let you do it. I'm taking all your Jason Bourne stuff to the police, and I'm getting me arrested so that you can't do nothing with my body. So then we have another appearance by Khonshu, who is the Egyptian god of the moon, who's going through the hallways and freaking out Steven. Steven finally gets outside and bumps into our female lead, May Calamawy, playing Layla. So she meets up with him. She's like, hey, I've been looking all over for you. I tracked your phone. I thought that's why you turned it on. Jump on. Let's go. Boom, on their little Vespa. And he's like, oi, what do I hold on? Like around her waist. And it's like, oh, love at first waist feel. And she's like, all right, let's go back to your apartment. They go back to his place. He's like, yeah, this is my flat. Flat. Check it off the list. Yeah, this is my flat. And she's like, dude, stop with the accent, dude. I'm not buying any of this shit. Like, Mark, what is going on? I'm your wife. Tell me what's happening. And he's like, wife? I'm married? And she's like, yeah, and what's up with the scarab? We fought all kinds of shit to get the scarab, and now you're just keeping it for yourself? So then, like, the cops show up, blah, 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 like, oi, we're the police. And she jumps out the window, she goes out the window and, like, around the side so they don't know that she's there. And then the cops come in, immediately giving me vibes of, like, these are not cops. Like, they're not cops, definitely not cops. And then they're like, oh, what's all this in your Jason Bourne bag here, eh? Big duffely bag full of monies and passport. Sure looks like your picture there, mate. Why don't we take you down to the station? So they're driving, and big surprise, we're not going to the police station. And he's like, is this a police station? He's like, why would we take you there? Very British, menacingly. He gets out, and we get a little bit more introduction with Ethan Hawke's character, and kind of like his side of, like, what's going on. So, like, he's like, hey, check it out. I'm in this fucking neighborhood that was, like, murder every other hour, and now it's like people don't even lock their doors, because I pretty much sucked the soul out of every person who had an evil thought. So they're walking around their little paradise or whatever. He's like, hey, look, you grew these tomatoes. Check that out. I'm like, oh. hey, I'm speaking Mandarin. Like, we all aspire to learn at least 3 languages. How cool is that? And he's like, oh, you're a vegan? I'm a vegan too. I got this awesome lentil soup here. Try some. So he's like a pretty cool dude. He's got like a pretty sweet gig going on. I mean, goes in and helps the neighborhood, and he stops crime by sucking all the souls out of everybody. But hey, how do you argue with those results? How do you argue with those tomatoes that guy's growing over there? So then it starts to get a little bit dicey when he's like, hey man, like, we're here for, my God or whatever. Like, she looks into your future, past, present, everything, and judges you. Like, and he's like, oh, okay, so are you gonna judge me for like having like an evil thought or something? Like, I thought about killing my boss last week. Are you gonna kill me to that? And he's like, yeah, I don't know, it's still kind of evil. And he's like, well, what about like a baby? Like, what if there's like a baby who's gonna do something when he's like 30? Like, you gonna kill that baby? And Ethan Hawke's like, hey man, like, I'm not saying it's like pretty, but sometimes you gotta kill babies. Like, what if I gave you a baby and I was like, hey, that's a little Hitler baby. What are you gonna do with it? Like, yeah, it's killing babies, but he could have been Hitler one day. That's like his side of it, which is like, I get it, but I don't think anyone should be on board with killing babies. Or at least not killing babies. That's a dicey one. Especially like fully born babies. I don't know about that one, Ethan Hawke. And then we also get a big bomb dropped on us, where Ethan Hawke is fully aware of Khonshu. He's like completely like, oh, is that him talking back there? Like, yeah, fuck that guy. He gets all breezy. He's like, don't worry about it. That's all he can do. Is just make it breezy. Come with me. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but I actually used to be his avatar. And it's like, what? And he's like, yeah, but like, I'm here to tell you, man, like, he's not going to tell you the truth. Like, there's always another mission. It never ends. Like, he only does judgment, like, after the bad guy's already murdered somebody. Like, I'm trying to wipe it out entirely. And then Steven's just like, bro, I just can't get behind the baby murdering. So, he's like, all right, look, I don't want to use my staff here. It's got some power. I really don't want to do this, bro. Like, you're making me do it. So they make their escape, and he fucking, like, bro, starts summoning another jackal. So I guess that's his power. He summons the Egyptian jackal things. And it's chasing him again, and it's bashing on the door, and she's like, you gotta fucking put the suit on, dude. Like, here's the scarab, put the suit on, do your thing. And he's like, suit? What suit? And it, like, blasts through, and he flies out the window, and he's like, suit! Like, as he's falling, and like kind of like, right before he hits, he like turns into like Moon Knight. But it's not like the full Moon Knight with the hood and the cape and everything. It's like Moon Knight, but with like a bitchin' like a cool suit. Like, it's all white on white with like a tie and everything. Like, and he just has like a sort of like a Deadpool mask on. So it's like he's suited up, but like with a literal suit. And they're even like, there's a part where he looks in the reflection. He's like, Steven, what the fuck? What are we wearing? And he's like, oh, I look pretty sharp here, right? And then they have a little fight. It's finally we get our confirmation on. Apparently they're just invisible because they're walking. Nobody can see him, not his wife or nothing. It's like attacking, like it smacks her, and she's like, "What the hell? I just smacked my nothing." So she throws like a bottle, to like, psh, you can kind of see it, Hollow Man style. Blah, mark him with something. So he's fighting the jackal, and he gets like one good like. He's like, Steven, you can't do this. Let me take over the body. And he's like, I can do it. And gives him like a really good punch. But he still gets his ass whooped. And he's like, Steven, let me take over, bro. And he fucking, Moon Knight. And he does this fucking, he's got like a big crescent moon right here. And he fucking, ka-ching, ka-ching, like takes out like 2 moon blades. It's fucking dope. And apparently one of Moon Knight's main powers is being amazing at parkour. Because he's like, running off the building like jumping over all these ledges and like that sideways like my legs up, like doing all kinds of gnarly parkour up on the roofs like a pro. And then he like the jackal's chasing him, and he fucking like spears him on the top of this fucking like chapel thing, and then he fucking like turns into sand and disappears. So, and then we get some more into, like, Mark 2. He's like, all right, you can switch back now. Like, it's cool. We're all safe. And he's like, I can't do it, Steven. I got to keep the body. And then Khonshu starts, like, talking shit. Like, this ain't going to work, man. Like, you you promised me that this Steven thing wouldn't be a problem. And Mark's like, look, it's not a problem, bro. I got this. So we got Mark and Steven fighting inside and trying to make Conchu happy, which he's not happy at all. He's loses the scarab in his fight, so Ethan Hawke picks it up and he's like, yeah, scarab. And the only way they can beat him is if we find the tomb first. So cut to, we're in some kind of like Egyptian apartment or something, and it's a big reveal to open the curtains to, I'm in Egypt with the most amazing penthouse looking at the pyramids. Yeah, and that's episode 2. It was good. Let him say, I am so in with Ethan Hawke, man. Like I said it before, nobody likes a good bad guy more than me, and he's like, I'm digging his bad guy vibe. I can't wait till they go a little bit more into, I can't remember because these Egyptian names are kind of tough, but whatever deity that Ethan Hawke is worshiping, the bad justice lady goddess, I can't wait to see a little bit more of her, maybe. Like that'd be cool. But yeah, that was episode 2 of Moon Knight. Great episode. Go ahead and stay tuned. We'll keep it up to date, weekly episodes with the new episode that comes out. I'll try to put it out on like a Thursday or a Friday. That way it stays relatively close to the premiere day of the episode. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to comment any movies or TV shows you'd like us to review here at Dafuq. And as always, I am Kyle McLemore, and thank you for watching Dafuq. Did I just watch on TV?